With how far things have come in Dragon Ball Super since the Tournament of Power, it's crazy to think that we haven't heard much, if anything at all, of Universe 6, along with Kale, Caulifla, and notably Vegeta's apprentice, Cabba. As Vegeta trains with Beerus now and Goku with Whis, our two Saiyans at the moment in the main timeline seem far too busy for a visit to the 6th universe, but with Granola inbound to their relative location soon, anything could happen. Cabba, Kale, and Caulifla have all proven to be special Saiyans in their own right in Universe 6 after meeting Goku and Vegeta, with Cabba taking a particular loyalty to Vegeta. Cabba's loyalty to his master runs deep, with Vegeta's strong resemblance and qualities of the king, so much so that Vegeta noticed this as well, as Cabba began to depend on him a little too much and put him through rigorous training in order to strengthen him to not need Vegeta anymore. Even though Cabba has been through strenuous tests by Vegeta already and become a dependable warrior that Planet Sadala can rely on in their time of most need, there are still those out there in Universe 6 that are far more powerful than a Super Saiyan 2 as we continue our most recent fan manga today. This is an original Dragon Ball fan manga called Dragon Ball V, formerly known as Dragon Ball Super Sadala, by Jordan Lee and Monty Black, and when we last left off, a lone Saiyan warrior on planet Arlia in Universe 6 has been cornered and thus taken out by a menace in the shadows. This Saiyan's name was Alpha, and in Universe 6, he was one of the most well-respected and most loved warriors of the Sadala Defense Force, mourned by those in the kingdom now. This is when King Sadala tells Cabba that this work was the work of Tuffles and that 2 survivors have been confirmed so far. They've returned, and more powerful than ever, and have plans of galactic conquest, and there could be even more survivors, he says. The Tuffles have been taking over nature reserve planets and harvesting them for their energy as they move throughout the universe, doing this one planet at a time. King Sadala goes on to schedule a meeting with the King of the Gardenians to discuss setting up a stronghold on their planet in preparation, and leaves Cabba in charge of his army while he's gone in order to train them to become Super Saiyans now. He also mentions that Kale and Caulifla may come in handy as well, so it's good that Cabba maintained a relationship with them. As he boards his ship, he tells Cabba that he has his blessing to do whatever it takes to push the defense force to the next level, and then they take their leave. With so much pressure on his back and a new threat that can wipe out entire civilizations while also taking their energy, Cabba doesn't think that the defense force alone will be enough for this threat. Lord Champa said he owed my master a favor, Cabba says. I bet he can bring him here. When Vegeta arrives on planet Sadala for the first time ever after being sent by Champa, he's immediately met by members of the defense force who challenge him, but Vegeta easily defeats all of them without so much as breaking a sweat, and even decides to show off his Super Saiyan form to make a statement. With all of this commotion being made, Cabba finally finds his way to the battlefield, only to see Vegeta has knocked out most of his soldiers, but Master and student have finally reunited, and this time on the home of the Saiyans. If you guys want to check out Dragon Ball V for yourselves, I'll be sure to leave a link to both Jordan and Monty's Twitters down below, so be sure to go check them out, guys. And these fellas are in the process of doing a bunch of upgrades, so let's keep that support going so these guys can prosper as well, because they do some great work. If you haven't already, be sure to have those notifications turned on to never miss an upload as soon as they go live, guys. If you have been enjoying all of the Dragon Ball content so far, consider leaving a like on this video as well. It really helps out a ton. Be sure to follow on both Twitch and Twitter to stay up with me and all Dragon Ball related content. But without further ado, Sir, those waves are causing our systems to malfunction. We can't move, the pilot aboard King Sadala's ship says as they're struck by a beam from the Tuffle ship. Their goal must be to try to capture us. They could easily destroy our ship, the king says. This is when he notices Scarret acting a little bit weird as he looks over to him, and a dark, menacing look is returned. This is when Scarret reveals his true form and transforms into a fusion of the Tuffle orange. A hole is then punched in the ship as Common comes aboard as well, with King Sadala masking up due to the vacuum of space now. So you must be the rogue Tuffles I've heard so much about, King Sadala says, standing across from the two now. What do you want? Oh, we have plans for the Saiyans, Orin replies. But before we can execute our plan, we need you. You Tuffles have always been greedy, King Sadala says. Everything your people touch turns as gray and dead as your consideration for others. Your empire is gone. Accept it. We are well aware of the Tuffles' destruction, Orin says. After all, we are responsible. We wiped the planet clean so that the Tuffle Empire could be born anew, Common says. This is when a flashback occurs as they recall to when they were regarded as Tuffle royalty who were loved and adored by everyone amongst their empire. However, they both fell mortally ill very young. Their father, King Tuffle, robbed planets of their resources to create his new Super Tuffle Empire. His goal was to free the Tuffles from the dangers of normal biological life. He tried everything to save us, Cayman goes on, but his attempts failed. As his children passed due to their illness, King Tuffle threw a fit of rage as being left helpless to save them. This is when Pierrot enters, saying that there is another option. His top military scientists had developed a supercomputer capable of reviving his children using their DNA, but new and improved. Truly super Tuffles, he says. But, he goes on, we would need resources, and not just any. The substance we need is only available on ancient planets rich in nature. We have a machine capable of draining said planets of their resources and using it to create these new super Tuffles, he says. We just need to find suitable planets. Do whatever is necessary, King Tuffle says. Order your top military agents to find suitable planets at once. Once we've drained the planets of their resources, we will continue to develop advanced cities as well and sell them so we can sustain this process. As the Tuffles develop this process, Cayman and Orin are kept in rejuvenation chambers as Pierrot approaches them, saying that they seem to have turned out perfect. Yes, Dr. Plum says, their primary objective is to expand the Tuffle Empire by any means necessary. Good, Pierrot says. Their programming is complete. Let's have a little family reunion now. We're ready, Pierrot says as he and King Tuffle await the twins' release and awakening. All of a sudden, Plum is shot dead on the ground as Pierrot and the King look around alarmed. Pierrot is shot dead next in the back as he falls to the ground, leaving the King to fend for himself. Kids, it's me, the King says as Cayman and Orange show themselves, newly awakened and astonishingly powerful now. My children, the King says as he approaches Cayman. This is when Orin pierces him through the back, however, similar to how Dr. Gero was taken out. This is for your own good, father, Orin says as King Tuffle drops dead on the floor. Ready, brother? Cayman says as the two prepare to make their escape. As the Tuffle military invades the room, Cayman and Orin easily defeat all of the guards, blasting them out of the sky, but as they lay unconscious, Orin begins taking their DNA and promises that they will all return soon enough. And the rest is ancient history, Orin says from Skirit's body back on King Sadala's ship. As you know, the planets our father targeted were under the protection of the Sadala Defense Force. You have outposts spread all across the galaxy. You and your elite are going to be very useful to us. You absolute monsters, King Sadala replies. Cayman, when you're ready, Orin says as she appears behind King Sadala now. Sir, what happened? The King's pilot asks. Is everything okay? Yes, everything is perfect now, he says, turning around now, having been completely taken over by Cayman also. Listen everyone, Cabba says back on planet Sadala as he introduces Vegeta to the Defense Force. This is Vegeta, the Saiyan from the 7th universe who promised to restore ours. The King wants us all to train to become Super Saiyans. Vegeta taught me and now he's gonna help all of us reach the next level. That's enough, Cabba, Vegeta says, cutting in. Listen well, he says to all of them. I have no intention of playing hero. I am here to help you all prepare so you can solve your own problems. Yes, I promised to restore this universe, he goes on, so I could see this planet for myself. You all better take this seriously, he says. From the few of you I've faced, I'm not at all impressed. I faced threats alone that could destroy you all with ease. You must be a great hero in your universe, one of the soldiers says, which draws a cheeky smirk from Vegeta. Cabba tells me the threat you all face are space pirates, Vegeta says. In my universe, I was royalty, and our empire destroyed and sold planets. Yes. In fact, he goes on, we took the toughest planet for our own. You're all lucky because if anyone knows the dirty tricks your enemies have up their sleeves, it's someone with experience on the matter. I've thrown my past aside, he says. It's no longer a concern to me. Think of me what you will. I am here to ensure the Saiyan's survival, but if you all prove to be unworthy, I'll destroy you all myself, he says, with a diabolical look in his eye that sends a shockwave of fear across the crowd. Now, I need all of you to report to this training area immediately, he roars at them, causing them to scatter. Before they leave, however, Cabba takes notice of Vegeta's current attire, and this is when he presents something to Vegeta, telling him that Vados gave this to him and said it was a gift from Whis. In the next panel, we see Vegeta dressed in his Destroyer Saiyan battle armor gifted to him by Whis as the chapter comes to a close, with Vegeta beginning his training with Cabba and the Sadala Defense Force. However, King Sadala and his pirates have already been infiltrated by the Tuffles unknowingly to them. With the current level Vegeta is at now, will he be needing Goku's assistance with 2 powered up Tuffles? Or do you guys think he and Cabba will be more than enough to handle anything that comes their way once this training is done? Let me know down below in the comments, and also guys, if you want to check out Dragon Ball V for yourselves, the link to both Jordan and Monty's Twitters will be down below in the description box, so be sure to go check them out and let them know how much you guys enjoy their series. Thanks so much for watching all the way until the end if you guys made it this far, but that is gonna do it for this one. Have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.